Welcome to the Mayor Radhakrishnan Stadium in Chennai, formerly Madras in India, for what we think will be the game of this Kuber 18th Men's Champions Trophy. We're looking at the Indian side, getting into their pre-match huddle. They're playing Pakistan. Sitting next to me, the former coach of India and now the technical director of coaching for the Indian Hockey Federation, Cedric D'Souza. Cedric, whatever else these games are, they're passionate. How would the coach be approaching it?
Well, I think in this situation, he's got to keep the boys completely focused and try and keep them not to get too nervous about this game. It's very critical that you keep a perspective, a low profile in this stage, and when you get a chance to go all out for it. In my opinion, this game is going to be the game of the tournament, with attacking flair and open hockey the order of the day. Well, it's a known fact that there's a lot of psyche and passion and is overwhelming when these two arch rivals meet. And today is total commitment, and there'll be fire today, as both are required to win.
Well, I saw a very nice gesture there from Dhanraj Pillai, shaking hands, and that's hopefully where they are. I've just seen the last two games these sides have played together, and as Peter Elders, the Dutch umpire, the other umpire is Mr. Steve Graham from Wales. Away we go, a packed house, and I feel, Cedric, the first 15 minutes are absolutely vital.
Yes, John, it's a very good assessment, but both these teams have scored a lot of field goals in the last 4 matches. And you see plenty of action today. A good side for hockey, but I predict that India should win in a canter.
Well, I felt what Pakistan did against Germany that was so good was they never let the
SAF games in Madras in 95 when they got in 2-3 penalty corners in the first 5 minutes, didn't let India settle down, didn't get a goal. If India doesn't concede now, I still feel India are going to win this match.
Well, I know we agree to differ on this one. I do have to take Pakistan. I just think they were just better even than Holland. But let's follow this. Oh, no. Says they're broken early. I thought Holland looked good, but never in my wildest imagination, having seen Pakistan early in the tournament, did I think they could use the performance they did yesterday. We'll see. Penalty corner number 3 still, after 7 minutes, no score. Variation, Kalim. Fiddle, Pargat Singh, Mohammad Ali with a shot. Oh! Well, that is a very, very disastrous start for India, I'm afraid. It's 1-0, and I believe it was Mohammad Ali, the scorer.
You're right, John.
That's just the start that India didn't want. Pargat comes out. He doesn't manage to... Mohammad Ali was a little fortunate there. Perhaps he gets the ball back, the clear shot, and...
the ball did deflect off Bilal's stick into the net, but good attempt by the Pakistan. And India had changed the running out slightly and altered the running out to fox the Pakistan attack, but it's just a loose ball which came off Pargat and into Mohammad Ali, who followed.
It was Mohammad Usman who got the ball out to Mohammad Ali. So after 7 minutes here in Chennai, it's 1-0 to Pakistan. Now I remember that Pakistan stormed into a 2-0 lead in the Atlanta Six Nations tournament that we covered here on ESPN, and India came right back to make it 2-2. They must be careful. Mukesh Kumar, Dhanraj Pillai into the D. Can Kumar get the cross? No.
Whenever Dhanraj or Mukesh gets the ball in the right and centre-forward position, you can be sure Mohammad Usman will leave the wing and come into the defence quickly. When you look at it now, he has the ball is on Dhanraj, and he has come and cut off the angle so fast. That's exactly what the tactics Pakistan will try and do. And India must try and exploit that space as Usman comes in and play the ball behind Usman on the left.
Abi Khalid gets the ball in, and Rahim Khan, and that's absolutely right. Mohammad Ali, the number 7, and he scored after 7 minutes on my clock. Anil Aldran takes a slightly risky ball back. I'm not too happy about the way they're playing the ball out of the hits on the 16. Nearly conceded an opportunity earlier.
Well, John, what happens is that if the Pakistanis are ringing the free hit, as they call it, they're putting so much pressure, the full court press on the Indian defense, then there's no other option but to play the back ball and pull the Pakistani forwards up front and find the gaps to hit the ball through.
Irfan Mahood up Baba, believe it was the ball. Give it back, sir. So Pargat Singh, that's the first time I've ever seen that. Mohammad Riaz nicely comes inside. Irfan Mahood and lays it off. Oh, this is Sanjeev. It's good play. Can he get it back? Gavin Ferreira. What's the umpire given? Well, neither side seems to like it. Must be a penalty corner, but I have a sneaking suspicion he may have given a stroke from the fuss the Pakistanis are making. No.
Well, he thought that the ball hit the body, but actually it was a great diving tackle. And he may have been unsighted for that ball and due for a penalty corner. They're going to have Anil Aldrin hitting that ball today.
Well, with the push in. Oof. Now, that was unfortunate, and they get an extra penalty corner, which they will be pleased about, but perhaps a little fortunately, because they didn't take that one too well. Are you looking for the clean hit, do you think, Cedric?
Well, that's what I thought they'd do just now. Maybe I should stick to commentating.
You do both wonderfully. Difficult game for you, I appreciate. Gavin Ferreira with the push in. 1-0 to Pakistan after 7 minutes. India need a score very badly. Here comes Anil. Oh, well played! Oh, this game. What a smashing shot. And let me emphasize that this ball must hit the board. He kept it down. Well, there was a very unfortunate, I think it was Baba Abdullah who deflected the ball. Let's have another look, Cedric.
There was again a cruel deflection and went off Baba Abdullah's stick and then rose just over Mansoor's hand on the far side.
Yes, it was, and we'll see it better from this angle. Now, there's the push-in by Ferreira. It's well stopped by Ramandeep, and Anil Aldrin hits Baba Abdullah's stick and goes in. For one moment, I thought it was a clean hit into the back of the goal. You so rarely see nowadays. Pakistani comes straight back. Oh, what a game of hockey we have here. Former great Indian Pakistani hockey players such as Shahbaz. Shahbaz is really a discovery. Relatively young, he's only 25. He's only played about 30 games of hockey for his country, which is not many in terms. Now, loose ball there from Dhanraj, picked up by Mohammad Khalid. He's going through, looking for obstruction against Aldrin, and getting it.
Well, it's the second penalty corner Rahul Singh has given to Pakistan. His body block or his stick check, you know, sometimes what happens is the player just leaves the stick to put pressure on the man, and the forward hits the stick, and the umpire thinks it's the other way around and blows.
Apologise, I think I called him Anil Aldrin. There it is.
But it was a good steal by Mohammad Khalid from Dhanraj pass.
Right.
Going to Gavin.
Rahim Khan with the push-in, penalty corner number 4 for Pakistan. It's 1-1 here. Well, took the time there, and interesting corner. Mohamed Usman was the player, eventually made the shot. He's got another penalty corner.
Well, it was Pargat who obstructed that ball when Kamran was trying to put that ball in, so he earned another penalty corner.
Right, Danish Kalim's lined up now. Is it going to be the big hit? That's him on the ball now. There's the hit. Oh, disaster for India. He had too much time.
Well, I think good thinking on Danish Kalim's part, because what he did was he just sidestepped Sanjeev Kumar, and nobody was there to pressure him. And by the time he took the shot, it was wham, it was in the goal already.
So, the plot thickens. Let's have another look. Now, look how much time he's got. First of all, he gets out of Dhanraj's way. There's no second taker on the hitter, and it's beautifully placed to Ashish Balal's left.
I think Pargat should have closed him down much faster than he did.
He's your scorer. 2-1 to Pakistan. Muhammad Ali and Danish Kalim, the scorer, and Anil Aldrin off a penalty corner with a deflection for India. We reckon about 8 minutes remaining for the first half here in Chennai. Gavin Ferreira. Oh, well kept in by Mukesh Kumar. Comes inside Usman. Ferreira. Khalid takes it away for Pakistan. Well away too to Rahim Khan.
John, we were just talking in the hands.
2 number 9s in your picture. Kamran Ashraf with the pushback, and Dhanraj Pillay will be looking for some magic for him in the second half. Umpire Steve Graham of Wales gets the second half underway. Your other umpire, Mr. Peter Elders from Holland. And straight away the ball goes back to Pargat Singh. You've just joined us. This is a live game. It is match number 15 in the preliminary stages of the 1996 Kuber 18th Men's Champion Hockey Tournament. And the winner of this game will go through to the final on Sunday. And you can see that final live on ESPN. And they will meet Holland, who've had a very good tournament. At the moment, it's Pakistan 2, India 1.
Well, Pakistan needs to use more of Mohammad Rahim and and Usman. There's a lot. I mean, Rahim Khan and Mohammad Usman. A lot of talent in those two players, and they're not using them to the full. And giving too much space, especially on a one-to-one situation. Especially when Dhanraj has the ball on top, there's too much space for him. You got to close down that space, and if they can release quicker to Kamran and to Rahim, they'll probably create more chances.
Play there by Mohammad Riaz, finds Mukesh Kumar. India coming out very positively in the second half, as they must do, and they get a penalty corner early on. That's good stuff.
Well, any ball that is deliberately tapped out of your own out to your back line is definitely a penalty corner, and they shouldn't be disputing that because it's a clean penalty corner.
The ball having a wash. Now, what's the purpose of that, Cedric?
Well, sometimes what happens if the ground dries up in that situation, when the pusher pushes that ball, it tends to bob up, and you want a flat push all the way.
Right, Dilip Turki's come on for India in place of Anil Aldrin, so we can look for him. Right, off. And that was a good block by Baba Abdullah. Fortunately, that time he didn't deflect it. Danish Khalil coming back in. There's the push by Ferreira. He was lucky again. Baba Abdullah deflected it. They nearly deflected it straight to Dhanraj Pillai at Come Pakistan through Khalid. Beg your pardon, through Rahim Khan. Baba Abdullah with a shot, one into the other. Taken out by Anil Aldrin, Oh, fatal. A disastrous start to the second half for India. And yet another very clever diverted ball, not really a deflected ball. The cross from Baba Abdullah, and Kamran Ashraf with all the time in the world to do very similar goal to the one he got against Germany as well. And it's 3-1 to Pakistan.
Well, the whole goal started because of that long corner which came up, and the ball was played back to the left half position, who finds Baba Abdullah again. And Baba Abdullah's clinical cross was exactly on the reverse side of both defenders, that is Padagat and Anil Aldrin, and flew straight into Kamran Ashraf's stick, who deflected the ball to the net. I mean, great game, great goal.
Great goal, let's give credit. In fact, 3 very good goals as Dilip Turki comes back on the pitch. Go for India! Oh! And they got the penalty corner, but they want the stroke.
Well, I think both have reason to feel left, upset about, because initially it was a kicks by Sanjeev, and then maybe Rahul's deflection. I mean, the reverse hit did go off. It looked like the foot, but the umpire must have felt it enough to stick.
Now, this is the third injury to Pakistan inside the D, and it's not a good time for India, for Pakistan to slow it down now by having an injury. And quite rightly, umpire Steve Graham of Wales has come over, and he'll make sure that there's no deliberate faking going on. They've already put one player for it, and they're taking him off. So, David Ferreira gives the thumbs up. Sanjeev's waiting there. Really, this is probably one of their last opportunities to get back into this game. It will make it 3-2, and it would fire them up for the last 10 minutes. Pargat's waiting for it. Out it comes, Ferreira. Pargat Singh. Oh! An absolutely superb strike from the Indian captain makes it 3-2.
Well, the blinder of a hit, John, absolute blinder. It comes flying into the board. Absolutely no chance for Mansoor in goal.
And I want you to look at this, Cedric, because I have said this to you earlier in the tournament, so I've missed the direct hit on goal. I know you're not in favour of it now, what have you, but look how beautifully this is struck. Right outside the keeper's pads.
Well, the man on the line is supposed to halt that ball, John, but it went off the stick into the goal.
I think it would have broken the stick when it hit it. Well played, Pargat. Now we have a game. How long have we got? 10 minutes remaining. Hold your breath. There we are, 11 minutes and 19 seconds. 3-2, but don't forget that a draw is not enough. A draw will put Germany through, although I'm sure to come back from 3-1 to 3-all will give India some satisfaction, but they're here to win this tournament. Pargat, Harpreet's outside him, bypassing Mohammad Khalid Jr. Baba Abdullah's there. Well, oh, that was very, very fortunate for Riaz. He got a lucky bounce there. Mukesh Kumar. Good play out of defence by Pakistan. Baba Abdullah. Oh, well intercepted by Pargat Singh. Not pleased about that. Don't waste time, Pargat. Get back. Okay.
I get the impression that Pakistan is slightly tiring out now.
Oh, Dhanraj is in a good position. Can he get through? He is through. And, well, if he'd gone down, I don't know what the umpire would have given. He was credit he didn't go down.
He was too close to the infringement if he to give a foul. There's no foul.
Yes, the next game was an umpire now. Would you like that job? I bet you wouldn't. Nobody wants to be an umpire or a referee. Wow. Ral Singh, India fighting back, 3-2 down. Pakistan had a real throttle grip on this game, but India have just given themselves an opportunity now as Mohammad Riaz releases Harpreet. In comes the cross. Players waiting, but they're all Pakistan players. Ramandeep looking for the deflection. That ball.
You may take it lightly, because this has happened in the Olympics and happened in the Champions Trophy last year, because I was sure that one or two players were out and I went to the TD and they said no, this is only depending on the TD if it is a grave offence or not.
3-2 to Pakistan. Pargat pumps it forward. Dhanraj Pillay runs like crazy to get it. He's got Gavin Ferreira outside him. He chooses to go to run on it, but he's taken out by Ali Raza. And bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, that even a draw will not take India or Pakistan through. It goes off Muhammad Ali's foot. We make it about 14, 13, 12 seconds to the hooter. Dying seconds. Pargat pumps it in. Comes out to Ramandeep. Ramandeep bangs it in. Oh, and that was a nasty deflection onto Ali Raza's face. And umpire Elders signalling time. And there's no doubt at all that that was a very nasty blow. Pakistan are really in the wars in this half.
Well, he's really badly injured, you know. And John, you know, when I was talking to you right through this tournament about dangerous play, this is exactly what it is. Any rising ball that comes off will be pulled up. Any rising ball.
Well, in fairness, I think it came up off a Pakistani stick.
No, it went flying onto Dhanraj's stick, who deflected onto the Pakistani stick. Or face. It looked like because the Pakistani player ran so fast across the line of the ball that it looked like it deflected off him. But he's badly injured. I think he's got a bad cut and
over the eye.
And when you're so tired, you know, towards the end of the whole thing, you just.
It's their new fullback Ali Raza who got the whack. Hope he's okay. That ball really does hurt. So really only 2 or 3 seconds remaining of time for India just to snatch a draw, but even the draw won't put them through. They fought a very gallant tournament, but they've really, I have to say, been outplayed today in the end by a super Pakistani side. They are not as in as good form as they were yesterday. There's the hooter. Pakistan 3, India 2 is the final score. A bitterly disappointed Cedric D'Souza on my right. Perhaps it's easier for me to say that I feel on the run of play Pakistan deserved to win today. Terribly disappointing end of the tournament for India. They've played their hearts out, the boys, but also signs as they look at a really beaten and battle-scarred face there for Pakistan. So they go through to the final on Sunday against Holland. Let's just say straight away the game's been played in the very best of spirit as Danish Kaleem comes forward, the scorer, and we'll find out who the man of the match is for you. Cedric?
Well, John, it's one of those things when India had everything